Hi, this is Deborah Austin of Deborah Austin Coaching, welcoming you to my channel. This is not going to work because I can't sit here and talk quietly, but I'm going to do this for just try it out. If you've been following me on Facebook, you have seen where I mentioned that I wanted to start a YouTube channel. So I am starting it. So welcome to my first live video from my YouTube channel. So who am I and why have I shown up here for you? Well, as I said, my name is Deborah Austin, and I am the creator of Deborah Austin Coaching, where I empower Black women in midlife marriages to discover their worth or rediscover their worth and thrive while functioning wonderfully in a midlife marriage. And why can I do that? Because that's what I've done. And I found that there's so many women who have been in marriages for a very long period of time and are just really, they're just really not satisfied with how things are going. So there's a way to do better without having to change spouses or get rid of your spouse or just continue in a marriage that you are just not comfortable with. You can find yourself, or you can be yourself and still be happily married, if that's what you like. Basically, if you think about it, you can have whatever you'd like to have in your life. It's all up to you. But that doesn't mean it's just going to fall into your lap. You're going to have to do a little work. So I'm here to help you do that work. Do you know what work to do? You may not. Even if you do, a lot of times we need a little help. We need a little accountability. We need someone to bounce ideas off of, to say, this is what I've been thinking about doing, but I'm not really sure how to implement it. What do you think? And with two brains, we can work through your issues. I won't call them issues. We will call them challenges. You can work through your challenges and discover ways to improve your life, to have the life that you desire without suffering in silence, because that's what a lot of us do. We go along to get along, or we just continue and we're just not happy, but we don't do anything about it. So I am here to help you to improve your life and your marriage at this stage. So who are the women that I would be talking to? I am talking to you. You would be one of my ideal clients, or you would be someone who would be interested in the things that I have to share if you are, in your 40s, 50s, 60s, older, you've been married for 20, 25, 30 years, you are probably approaching an empty nest. If you have kids, you may have decided to get married at a later stage in life. You might be in your early 40s, mid 40s, and you've married someone who is, your contemporary, so they are also in their 40s or 50s, and you want to, you want things to go well. You don't want to become one of the statistics where you are divorced. 50%, actually it's more than that now, of marriages end in divorce. And if that's not what you're looking for, then I can help you work towards that not happening. I don't guarantee that I will keep you married. I'm not going to guarantee that you're going to want to remain in your relationship and all of those kinds of things, because that's outside of me. What I'm looking to do is to help you to discover you and what is it that you want in your life. Then once you make that determination, I can help you get there. So hopefully your spouse will be like, all right, that's what I want to see. Thank you. I'm glad we're doing this together, because you will be involved with your spouse. It's not that you will be completely doing things separately, but what you will be doing is improving upon yourself. And when you improve upon yourself and you increase your own happiness, that is reflected in the relationships that you have. Whether it's your spouse, whether it's your kids, your parents, whomever, you're just a better person. And so a better person is coming into the relationship, and a better person is who they will see. And that makes the relationships that you have that much better. So we will talk about different types of things that have to do with marriage, that have to do with you, that have to do with thinking about who you are, with being intentional with your life, talking about how you can bring things into your life that you maybe have been discouraged about doing. Many of us frequently are discouraged by others in our life about doing things that we may express interest in doing because they've never done it before, so they don't feel it's important or it's time worthy or that it's just any kind of a good idea. They may feel like you're wasting your time, you're wasting your money, but if it's something that you really, really want to do, then you should pursue that. And that could be, going back to school at the age of 50 and pursuing a doctoral degree if that's what you're interested in doing. If you want to stop going to school, maybe that's something you've been doing and because that's what you think that you ought to do. I know so many people who stopped in the middle of a program, whether it was a master's, doctorate, whatever, doctoral program, but they just stopped because they thought about it and it was not what they wanted to do. So you may have things going on in the back of your mind that you just kind of put away because you felt like it just wasn't right based on what other people have said to you. But what I want you to do is to consider who you have one life, you have one marriage, and you want them both to be the best. I want them to be the best for you. And the only way that you can do that is to live your life intentionally and to begin to focus on those things. Some of you don't even know what those things are. Some of us, I will say. Because just in the last, honestly, probably in the last few days, I've thought about some things that maybe I do want to do. I used to think that I really didn't want to go outside of the country, but there are a couple of places that I'm thinking, well, I've been outside the country, but there were certain parts of the world that I was like, I don't think I ever want to go there, but I've had some interest to be piqued in a few places, and so I'm going to add them to my vision board. I'm going to do a vision board. I do vision board experiences. When I say I do them, I present them. I am a facilitator, so that if you want to enjoy a vision board experience where you are focusing on what it is that you want in your life or your marriage, I can facilitate that process for you and help you, guide you through that, and check in with you, give you that accountability so that we are able to begin to manifest some of those things that you talk about. So one of my friends actually today, we were texting about doing a vision board. She wanted to do one. She said she already had the materials and everything ready, and I told her, well, I can facilitate one for you. And she was like, that would be awesome. So we're going to do that, and probably even invite a third friend of ours, and the three of us, because we get on Zoom calls. We met back in college, but we do Zoom calls because we don't live near each other, and that's how we share. But I think that I am actually going to participate in this one because I do lead them, but I feel like it's time for me to do one. I haven't done one since I moved to my new home, which actually tomorrow I will have been in for a whole year. So this will be a perfect time for me to do a vision board because this is the beginning of another year for me. Is it the beginning of the year January? Nope. But it's the beginning of another year of me being where I am right now. And so I think it is actually an opportune time for me to do that. So I've kind of gotten off a little bit with sharing some of the things that I do, but if that is something that you're interested in, let me know, because I do facilitate vision board experiences for individuals. Like if you're doing a birthday, you want to think about what you want to do in the next year of your life, or even if you want to invite some friends, you can do that with me. I will facilitate the experience for you. I also present vision board experiences of my own where you can focus on your life, you can focus on your marriage, whatever it is that you would choose to focus on. We can do that, and I can help you to hone in on what it is that you really want to include on your vision board. So just being intentional about your life, creating a vision board is one way to do that, so that you're not just going along in the job or the life that you really don't want. You go because it's what you've been doing, it's what you're used to, but it's not necessarily what you want to do. And so in order to make that happen, you will need to, make some changes in your life, but you don't always necessarily know what that next step is. So in having conversation with me, we can work on those types of things. I am a life coach and a marriage strategist, and so that's what I do. If you think about the term coach in general, that is what they do. If you are participating in a sport and you want to improve, if you think about it, all professional athletes have coaches. Many of them have several coaches. Some might have a coach for a particular skill that they do, or 2 or 3 different particular skills that they do. So they have a coach for each one. That's how you would think about me, working with me. If you wanted to focus in a particular area of your life, or if you wanted to focus on a particular area of your marriage, we would come together, have conversation, figure out some strategies. And when I say strategies, it's not like you trying to trick anybody or, it's just what is something that you can do that will help you in this area. And I will share this. I had a previous client who, well, actually she's still a client, I shouldn't say previous, but I worked with a client a couple of years ago, and one of her main goals was to have peace in her life. She wasn't trying to get out of her marriage or any of that kind of stuff, but she just wanted to figure out ways to have a little more peace in her life. And you might think, well, how could you help her with that? That it was, you're not in her house, you don't know what's going on. But what I did know was what she shared with me that interrupted her peace. So we came up with strategies, some things that she could do to bring that peace back. And it works. When you focus, you get a coach, you work on a specific area. Hers was to get peace in her marriage. If you think about a professional athlete, Tiger Woods is a golfer, or I'm drawing a blank on other athletes. LeBron James is a basketball player. They all have a head coach, but then they also have coaches for individual positions on the teams. They have strength training coaches. They have coaches that help them with their diet and nutrition. So they have several coaches. What does the coach do with them? The coach looks at what they're doing currently, asks them what they want to do, where they want to go, and the coach helps them get there. They may have tried several different ways and determine what works for them. The coach is going to check in and say, are you doing these things? This is what we decided that you were going to do. Are you doing them? Are you doing them with the frequency that we said? If you are doing them, how's it going? If you are not doing them, why aren't you doing them? If you are doing them and they're doing well, they're going well, then the coach has helped you with that particular skill at that level. Do you want to go to another level? If the answer is yes, then you figure out some other strategies. But that's how it goes. So if you were to work with me, we would determine what you were looking for, figure out a strategy to get you there, work together, check your progress. Do we need to implement some changes, or is it going well? That's how it goes. Am I with you for forever? Absolutely not. You are not coaching in this arena is not intended to be forever. Not on the same thing. Now, might I be your coach for the rest of your life? That would be a wonderful relationship for us to have. However, that's probably not going to necessarily be the case, but it would be, like I said, it would be great. But we wouldn't be working all of that time on the very same thing. Because after a while, you will master that skill. It will just become part of your life. And then you move on to the next thing. What is it that you want to focus on? All right, let's come up with some strategies for that, and we can keep going. So I want you to think of that as, how could a coach help you? A lot of times people are so willing to spend money on other things, and then when it comes to something that is personal and that is beneficial to them individually, they may say, I probably shouldn't spend that money on that. But you definitely should. You are worth it. You are worth it. So I want you to continue to remember that you are worth it. And I want you to continue to look for me, because I'm going to be here for you. Initially, I'm going to be going through my marriage manifestation journal that I have created, that is a part of my group coaching program. But I do have it as a digital product that you could actually purchase if you're interested in that. But what I'm also going to be doing is going through the journal on a daily basis. I will be recording that and or doing it live, so that we can go through the journal together and you can begin to see how you can work towards creating a better life and marriage for yourself. So the Marriage Manifestation Journal, you will be able to see page by page, and I actually have it here. I created this journal. It's called the Marriage Manifestation Journal. And in the journal, there are daily prompts for you to write. So, for example, here's what the pages look like. This says, when I stand in my truth in my marriage, and here you have room to write. You even have a back page. So all of the pages have a front and a back side for you to write. So I am going to have my show every Sunday at 4 p.m. And you can join me live on my YouTube channel, or you can come back and watch the replay and make comments and share with me what you've done with your journal. So that is how I'm going to start my channel. I will be on live once a week at 4 p.m. on Sundays, and I'm going to go through 7 days. So if you think about it, that's four days out of the month that I'll be going live. And so in order for us to cover, I will do a week at a time, so that we can have all of go through and discuss the journals, because that's what I'll be doing. So for example, the very first one says, my midlife marriage is, and then you will write here, and the next one says, the midlife marriage that I really, really want looks like. And so I'm going to start out with helping you to focus on your marriage. You are more able to make change when you focus intentionally on that change. So we are going to look at creating a beautiful, or just, I won't say creating, because I don't want to imply that the marriage that you have right now is not what you want it to be. But we can always do better. I know I can. And so I will use this manifestation journal as a way to keep me focused. So it will give me an opportunity to every day look at my journal, make notes, and think about making those changes, because that's really what you want to do. You want to engage your brain with the changes that you want to make, and that helps you to recall them, that helps you to consider to actually do them. Okay, so that's first of all how I'm going to start out communicating with you, and I hope that you will join me so that you can get to know me and be able to follow me and learn from me as well. My name is Deborah Austin. I am a life coach and marriage strategist, and I empower Black women to rediscover their worth and thrive in midlife marriages. So I am going to be here, and when I say here, I mean on YouTube, on my new YouTube channel that I'm just starting, and hope that you have had an opportunity to find me. If you have, please make a comment so that I know that you are here. Please like, share, and subscribe. You guys, this is really new to me, but I would appreciate your participation and encouragement to keep going so that I know that somebody out there is watching. But thank you if you are, and look for me to be here at a minimum once a week at 4 p.m. on Sundays. And you may hear from me in between then, but most definitely every Sunday at 4 p.m. you will have me here live, or you will have an uploaded recording on what's coming up with me. So right now, for the next 4 weeks, I will be focusing on my marriage manifestation journal. The link in order to purchase the journal will be in the description. And yeah, I may come back and give a special discount code for anyone who's in touch with me about it. So when you have watched the video, if you watched it to the end, please comment with, I want to use an emoji. Oh, I will just have to go with 3 pink hearts for the love that goes with midlife marriages, because by that time you will have been through some marriages, even if you've only been in one. And I say that because I feel like I've been in at least 3 marriages, the one before the challenges, the one during the challenges, and the one that I'm in now, which is the one after the challenges. So I'm going to stick with that number 3. So give me 3 pink hearts if you get to the end of this videos. So again, I am going to leave the link for the Marriage Manifestation Journal in the description so that you may purchase it. And if you comment, send me a message. Well, send me a message if you're interested on getting a discount code. All right, you guys. This is my first video, so hopefully you have enjoyed it, and I look forward to the next one. Take care.